Hello everyone, and today I'll be discussing about India's most critical economic challenges, that is, the dominance of the informal sector and why it deserves the urgent attention. Did you know that nearly 80 to 90% of the India's workforce is employed in the informal sector, from street vendors and daily wage workers to small shop owners? This segment forms the backbone of our economy, yet it remains largely invisible in policy protection, taxation, and social security. So, the informal sector refers to the economic activities that are not regulated by the government, lack formal contracts, and typically operate outside taxation and labor laws. While this sector contributes significantly to employment, it suffers from low productivity, income instability, and lack of worker protection. This creates a paradox. India has high employment, but much of its low quality employment, leading to what economists call underemployment rather than the true economic progress. So, historically, the dominance of the informal sector can be traced back to the India's post independence economic crisis, that is, where agriculture and small scale industries dominated. Even after the 1991 economic reforms, which boosted growth and globalization, the transition to formal employment remained slow. More recently, events like demonetization in 2016 and the rollout of GST in 2017 disrupted informal businesses, highlighting both their vulnerability and their deep rooted presence in the economy. The dominance of the informal sector leads to the several structural problems: lack of social security such as pensions, insurance, or paid leave, limited access to the formal credit, keeping businesses small and unproductive, lower tax revenues for the government, and most importantly, persistent income inequality. This ultimately constrains India's ambition to become a high income developed economy. To address this issue, a multi pronged strategy is required. First, formalization incentives such as simplified tax systems and reduced compliance burden. Second would be expanding digital infrastructure and financial inclusion like UPI or Jan Dhan accounts can integrate informal workers into the formal economy. Third would be providing social security schemes such as health insurance, pension programs can improve work stability. Lastly, strengthening skill development initiative can help workers transition into high productivity jobs. In the short term, within 1 to 2 years, the focus should be on digital inclusion and easy registration systems. In the medium term, over 3 to 5 years, expanding credit access and social security coverage is essential. In the long run, a structural shift towards the formal job creation through industrial growth will be critical. However, several barriers remain, including high compliance cost, lack of awareness, bureaucratic hurdles, and even resistance from small businesses who fear taxation and regulation. Additionally, India's vast, diverse economy makes uniform implementation challenging. In conclusion, while the informal sector provides livelihoods to millions, its dominance reflects its deeper structural challenge. For India to achieve sustainable and inclusive growth, the transition from informal to formal must be gradual, inclusive, and policy driven. Addressing this issue is not an economic necessity, it is a step towards equality, equity, stability, and long term development. Thank you. This was Suhasi from